Ooh, ha ha ha. Yeah. Woo. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Gotta get the Peacock account. Do-do-do-do. The hell, did I spell it wrong? Oh, cool, cool. Cool, cool. 37 minutes. Got some time for that. I struggle the most on this. Let's try this one first. Bada 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 bada. Bada 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 bada. Bada 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 bada. start fresh right quick. Alright, there we go. Hey, yo. Alright. Front flip. Yo, what's up? What's up? Will that ever go away? Nope. Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Oh, I bet I can do that. Yeah, let's do that. No way. Ah, that makes sense. Alright. Let's try to get into something real quick.
I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me.
Quit yelling, dude. Holy heck. Wasn't there another one? Sure, it started. Someone dropped out by now. Bow, bow, bow. $27 minutes for qualifying. I need my boy A1 to turn back and join in. Race some races with me. Oh. Yeah. What's that at? Oh, there it is. Last time, where the fuck was that at? or maybe not yet today. Did he win? Hey, 15 minutes. Alright, hopefully we'll get this next race now. Have a little bit of fun.
When a shopping cart smashed my headlight, we
Ew, I don't want no chest protector.
I want to be rich.
Wishing for more money? All you need is your phone.
Indeed, that's awesome.
When a shopping cart smashed my headlight, we worried we'd have to fight to get paid for such a small claim.
And life would revolve around the shopping cart.
Dude, I
If that never happened.
don't. Why can't it just stay muted? Peacock is a disaster.
I want to be rich.
Wishing for more money? All you need is your phone. No, go to Geico, get a quote, and you could save $900 with your phone.
Look at that, it's ringing.
Might give a lead on this race for
One thing I've noticed about football fans is they all talk like the players can actually hear them.
Proud of you.
But when you have Geico insurance, you'll always be heard.
There you go, that's how you run inside zone.
Anything for you, bud.
It feels good to be heard. It feels good to Geico.
I want to be rich.
Wishing for more.
Oh, no way. fucking hit the fence and it crashed the game. No way. I ain't even gonna be able to make it back in time. See if it works. Oh, crash it again. Might as well. Come on, let me get in right in time, right on time, right on time. Get me in there right on time. Yeah. Dang, I mean, I don't have anyone in here to tell me. Do I let him race him straight up, or do I give a lead? Try this first one straight up. Ew! I'm my way over here. I gotta click on this now, I don't wanna miss out.
I want to be rich.
Wish it. All you need is your...
Oh my god. That brother came over the fence.
We all do it. You see a line and wonder, should I join it? Even crazier is that folks stick with insurance that keeps them waiting around to file a claim, while Geico's claim support is available day or night. What are you waiting for?
No one knows.
It feels good to step out of line. It feels good to Geico.
I sent that jump on accident.
One thing I've noticed about football fans is they all talk like the players can actually hear them.
Proud of you.
But when you have Geico insurance, you'll always be heard.
There you go. That's how you run inside zone.
Anything for you, bud.
It feels good to be heard. It feels good to Geico.
Is that another dude going backwards? No.
When a shopping cart smashed my headlight, we worried we'd have to fight to get paid for such a small claim.
And life would revolve around the shopping cart. If that never happened, Geico got it fixed fast.
It feels good to get going again. It feels good to Geico.
Crap out of when I first started. Come away, brother.
We all do it. You see a line and wonder, should I join it? Even crazier is that folks stick with insurance that keeps them waiting around to file a claim, while Geico's claim support is available day or night. What are you waiting for?
No one knows.
It feels good to step out of line. It feels good to Geico.
Dude, there's no way that just happened for real.
When a shopping cart smashed my headlight, we worried we'd have to fight to get paid for such a small claim.
And life would revolve around the shopping cart. If that never happened, Geico got it fixed fast.
It feels good to get going again. It feels good to Geico.
I need to switch maps back. I don't like this one.
We all do it. You see a line and wonder, should I join it? Even crazier is that folks stick with insurance that keeps them waiting around to file a claim, while Geico's claim support is available day or night. What are you waiting for?
No
Because
one
you are
knows.
It feels
bugging
good to
right
step out of line. It feels good to Geico.
One thing I've noticed about football fans is they all talk like the players can actually hear them.
Proud of you.
But when you have Geico insurance, you'll always be heard.
There you go. That's how you run inside zone.
Anything for you, bud.
It feels good to be heard. It feels good to Geico.
One thing I've noticed about football fans is they all talk like the players can actually hear them.
Proud of you.
But when you have Geico insurance, you'll always be heard.
There you go. That's how you run inside zone.
Anything for you, bud.
It feels good to be heard. It feels good to Geico.
I want to be rich.
Wishing for more money? All you need is your phone. No, go to Geico, get a quote, and you could save $900 with your phone.
Look at that, it's ringing.
It feels good to save some coin. It feels good to Geico.
One thing I've noticed about football fans is they all talk like the players can actually hear them.
Proud of you.
But when you have Geico insurance, you'll always be heard.
Shut up.
Like the players can actually hear them.
Proud of you.
But when you have Geico insurance, you'll always be heard.
There you go. That's how you run inside zone.
Anything for you, bud.
It feels good to be heard. It feels good to Geico.
But what the hell is going on here? Doesn't let me watch this shit or not.
I want to be rich.
Yeah,
Wishing
another
for more
ad.
money? All you need is your phone. No, go to Geico, get a quote, and you could save $900 with your phone.
Look at that, it's ringing.
It feels good to save some coin. It feels good to Geico.
I want to be rich.
Wishing for more money? All you need is your phone. No, go to Geico, get a quote, and you could save $900 with your phone.
Look at that, it's ringing.
It feels good to save some coin. It feels good to Geico.
So far, it's working for the
Alright, there
one.
we
He
go,
looks good.
finally.
That lap from the 61 of Anstey bumps him up to 6th right now. Big week for Hayden Wright, big weekend. Try to get back on top. Obviously a bad start last week. Nearly had a podium as he goes triple out of that turn. Haven't seen very many 250s do that.
Yeah, and just you saw he carried so much speed because he tripled. He hardly even broke going into that right-hand turn. His corners are always so good. Betters his lap time there, 54.1. He's on form early.
Kitchen, 54.8. Let's talk about Ryder D and Chance Hymas just for a minute. Ryder D gets his first podium of his career. Hymas gets his second podium of his career. Do you believe that this round is maybe even bigger than the first round to potentially get them in the mindset of championship? Because when you get your first and second podium, there's belief. But then you get your third and fourth and fifth podium, then there's championship belief.
I can only speak from experience, but when you do something one time, it's great, and you definitely take some confidence from it, but those lingering doubts are still in your mind until you back it up. If they're able to come here this evening, get back up on the box, that is going to fast forward their progression faster than anything else could. I think the key for them is to come out here and not try to do too much. Don't get too excited from that good result at Anaheim 1 and come out here and get outside of your normal process. You got to stay within yourself, and they obviously know what they're doing.
All right, let's see the 47. He is starting a fast lap right here. 54.1 is the target for Levi Kitchen to try to hit for this lap. He's third right now. He needs 7/10 of a second. Let's see if he can get it.
And you saw in that second set of whoops after the table single, you saw Levi skim them. We saw Hayden Deegan
roll
wheel tap all the
double-double.
way into the corner earlier. And what I love about the wheel tap is it really gets you settled. You're able to cut lower in that bowl corner. See Levi just go a little long on that table single, still able to comes up just a little short there. And right now on this track, JB, still a little wet, a little loose in some spots. See Levi make just a small mistake, comes up short on that triple. Looks to be a pretty decent lap.
Let's see, what is it? He goes to P1, 53.6. Wow, what a lap time from Levi Kitchen.
I'm not gonna lie. Oh, as you see him just messing around in those whoops, jumping, is able to jump on top of the tabletop. So for the guys that are gonna go to jumping these whoops, that's something that we gotta keep an eye on today, is if they can hit the last whoop, jump up on the table, potentially get off of it, stay lower to the ground. But I'm not gonna lie, I did not see, I watched that lap from Levi, I did not think, I thought it was a good lap, I didn't think it was great, and that's good. That's good because it didn't look like he was going that fast, which means it's very repeatable for the 47.
Ryder DiFrancesco on screen right now, that number 34, Rockstar Energy Husqvarna team. Looks to be on a fast one right now. He's third right now so far and looks to be confident. Love the body language on the bike.
Yeah, you see, just got off, little off balance, a little to the right there, took a foot off, tried to get himself back on track, looked like he was headed towards the tough blocks. But Ryder D, I remember even kind of towards the end of outdoors last year, even when he wasn't in peak race form,
what up?
this guy knows how to throw down a heater, JB. He's got some raw speed in the tank.
Yeah, I love to see Ryder D ride out there. How about this guy, the 1W, your defending Western Division 250 Supercross champ from a year ago. Second right now. Is he going to have time to throw another one down? He does not. Looks like the checkered flag is out. And Levi Kitchen is going to make it 3 for 3 in qualifying sessions to start 2026. He's got some confidence. 53.6, the only one so far today in the 53s. Hayden Deegan second, Ryder D third. Bolin and Hymas round out your top 5. Stay tuned. We're going to catch up with Levi Kitchen, and then we're going to see that man right there, Eli Tomac, on that Red Bull KTM on track. Don't go anywhere.
Sweet. Let's run it.
Trim this.
Hey, Meta! What's my descent?
You've descended 262 feet.
Hey, Meta, turn it up.
Oh shit, hello.
Your safety check. It's more than an SUV. It's your equinox. Share that. Together, let's drive. Are you sure?
I am. I am.
This radio here usually not much of This is the one
I hate this. It's true. You can save hundreds bundling with Liberty.
Oh. Whoopsie.
It began with ringside seats for GM. That meant anything was possible. I'm chatting with this guy, not that guy, this guy. Nothing came from the past. The letdown was
Whoopsies.
that helps them open this
Push it again.
epic spot, making it not then MGM.
Alright.
Anaheim won, and I don't think he even expected that. So Jorge, we know he is a world-class rider, but I expect the confidence for being on the podium at Anaheim 1 to really speed up his progression. And what I love about Jorge too, he always gets great starts, so he's going to give himself plenty of opportunities to be successful as we go forward in this championship.
Yeah, love to see how great Jorge was riding 1 week ago, and it wasn't just that podium. It started early in the day. It started right here in qualifying. He was top 5 in the first qualifier, just outside of the top 5 in the second qualifier, so you know he has the speed. 450 Group A qualifying fueled by Rouse here today in San Diego. Jorge KTM. Last week in Anaheim, Eli Tomac was fastest in the first quali. Chase Sexton was fastest in the second, and Chase was able to qualify fastest out of every.
Am I in the way right here?
And similar to Levi Kitchen in the 250 class, Chase had the speed. Some mistakes late in the night is why they.
Yo, what up? What up?
Don't execute off the start, and especially Anaheim, it was very slick, loose. When you're trying to make up time, trying a bunch of different lines, trying to pass, you start making some mistakes. You get a little more frustrated. That leads to more.
I need Eli to get fast lap again and win today.
It's a little bit weird, but it's time to bounce back, get it on the right track here at round 2.
Eli Tomac, we started the open of the show about this, but a lot of question marks coming in. Eli Tomac was switching teams. Chase Sexton was switching teams. Jorge Prado, Jason Anderson. There was a lot of great riders switching teams, so there were some question marks. How would they perform? What would they look like on the motorcycle? Well, Eli Tomac, there were some question marks coming in, I think, from a lot of people, including maybe himself, that he mentioned in the press conference. He proved to a lot of people and himself, there's no more question marks. He looked unbelievable.
When Eli Tomac is comfortable on his motorcycle, when he has a setup he likes, there's not a lot of people that can beat him. In the form he's in right now, and what stood out to me the most about the bike setup to me was the confidence in which Eli can lean into these turns. We made a comment in the post-race show about how planted the bike felt, how planted to the ground it felt, how much traction he had entering the corners, and his face lit up. You could tell it's something he said he had been lacking in previous years, and if I'm the competition listening to that, I'm worried, because Eli Tomac, when he's got a setup he likes, he is a bad bad man.
Well, you want me to drop some stats on you right here from Clinton Fowler? Eli Tomac has averaged 8th at Anaheim 1. He's averaged 3rd here at round 2. In the last 2 out of 3 visits here in San Diego, he's won. So if you're a competitor to Eli Tomac, he gets better as the season goes on, as we know. But round 2 specifically, averages, he's pretty darn good, AC.
Well, we've seen that in his championship.
Yo.
He's a guy that, kind of like Cooper Webb, that
What
becomes
up?
his best self as the season kind of unfolds. And for him to start off already in this place with the motorcycle, making the team change in the offseason, it's scary. And if I'm Cooper Webb, Chase Sexton, Ken Roxon,
All right, 54.59. Hey.
I know that I cannot afford to lose too many points early to Eli Tomac.
Joe is is Hunter gonna get a podium today?
So far, 54.5. Justin Cooper in second. There's your defending Supercross champion right there, the number 1. Came out, you know what? In qualifying last week, he looked good. He came out in the heat race, made some uncharacteristic.
How did I not die right there? How am I alive? Oh, I'm dead now. Fuck it.
He does not make mistakes on his own. Well, he made a couple of
Dude, what the hell is this?
outside the top 5, but we've been talking off the record. We both think this track suits the number 1.
It does.
Dude, Eli.
Always a guy that is in the ruts. He's great when the track forces you to get creative with the lines.
Ooh, Malcolm out there running 55.9. All right.
Not a lot of ruts.
I like Malcolm's feeling all right.
So not his favorite condition, but I thought beyond the mistakes, he was riding really well. I didn't see anything majorly off with the way he was riding the bike, so I'm not worried.
I gotta pay attention to this race a little bit here.
Last year, he came into this race very sick and was still able to get on the podium. A little bit smaller of a stadium floor, like I said. So
Oh, brother. Oh!
That's where Cooper Webb is excited.
Got over 2.
I expect we are going to see why.
Well, Cooper Webb's last 5 starts here in San Diego, 4 out of the 5 of those he's been on the podium, so he's had 9 results. And the one off the podium was 4th place just a few years ago. So Cooper Webb's one to watch here tonight. Gets a good start. He's going to be absolutely a factor when it comes down to
I despise Cooper Webb. I don't know how you guys feel about him. Don't love him.
See Chase Sexton getting into this first set of whoops here. I think that's going to probably be the line there. That second set of whoops just sinking into the pocket between the starter whoop and the first whoop, jumping all the way to the turn, allows your bike to get settled, able to cut low in that corner. I love what he just did there. Went inside after the start straight, still able to get that double out of the turn. I like what I'm seeing from the floor so far.
Chase Sexton top qualifying here in 2025. And what's interesting, the last 6 years, 6 different fast qualifiers here in San Diego. The last one being Chase Sexton, and Chase was fastest 1 week ago. So look, the speed's never been an issue for the number 4. There's no doubt about that. He's so fun to watch here in qualifying. Let's see what this time is. As Chase Sexton comes over the finish. He goes to... See him up there in 11th. There's no way. He must be up with his transponder timing and score, because that lap looked really, really fast to us up here in the booth. The number 32, Justin Cooper, solid night last night. We have not seen that yet. I see you're pointing at it.
Yeah, that's what you said. That's what you said.
Ooh, shoot.
First couple of C&B groups is you're surprised anybody hasn't tripled out of that corner yet. Jake Coop making it look easy. You see Malcolm too going outside, going double, triple in that.
Let's go, Mook.
How about Malcolm? Dislocated his shoulder last weekend.
Oh my God.
Getting it to go today, and he looks pretty good. Jake
I gotta quit watching qualifying.
the strongest guy physically we have in professional dirt bike racing, period.
Well, those of you that tuned in 1 week ago to Anaheim, you've seen that crash, that big crash between Justin Barcia and Malcolm Stewart. We're so thankful that both of these riders are okay. Malcolm Stewart back on track. It's awesome to see the 27 here get well soon to the 51 of Justin Barcia. Hopefully we see him out here sooner than later. Also, Malcolm
stale defense. Oh, I 50-50'd it.
in his scapula, which is very
Board
difficult.
slide.
You mentioned him being one of the toughest guys out there. He's proven just that today.
He has, and just looking at this board right now, how about Eli Tomac plus he's over a second faster than anybody else on the track right now.
Yeah.
Right where he left off. And another thing I noticed at Anaheim, and I know you did Justin, Jorge Prado has come such a long way in the whoop section. He looks so solid all night, and we know that's something.
Nope, good start for Hunter.
Big mistake. He was hung up in the tough blocks.
Hunter's bike, yeah, is stuck between a tough block.
Prado, man, so good in the whoops last week, and we know that's such a big thing to try to get over when you learn in supercross. So between his starts and being better in the whoops, I know it's Anaheim 1, and sometimes we get some weird results, but with that combination, this guy's going to have a lot more podiums this year.
Yeah, and we just go by the eye test, right? A lot of times are one thing.
Yo.
But the eye test is a whole other thing. When you watch the 26 ride, he looks good. He looks like he's really stable on the motorcycle. He's very neutral. And the biggest thing when guys come from Europe or you try to learn supercross for the first time is your body can get out of sync. You can get really, really far back in the whoops. And we all know the only thing that can happen from there is get kicked.
Oh, dude, no way.
So with Jorge being very neutral on the motorcycle, I think his ceiling is very, very high. And
That's what's up.
the only thing that Jorge knows is winning.
I thought he was being kind.
He's been a second rider on that Red Bull KTM team over here. He's won multiple MXGP World Championships, so he's got a bright future over here in America, not only in our summer series in motocross, in supercross here as well.
He does. As we take a look at the 24, RJ Hampshire, another guy who round one did go great. Had a couple crashes, couple mistakes, but we've really seen him as a big question mark when he moved up to the premier class last year. We know RJ likes to get a little crazy out there sometimes.
Oh my God.
Translate the consistency he had during outdoors last year in the playoffs to regular season supercross remains to be seen.
Eli Tomac on the 3 right there, just launching over that first move. He's I don't need that move to skim the.
Oh, I love that. You see, he jumped completely over the starter move. He's carrying so much momentum. He's able to get the bike settled. Oh, he looks good. He looks good.
Lawrence back rolling here. He's caught up in the tough blocks. That looks to be on a fast lap right here. Top 5. 1 week ago was able to have a really difficult battle with Jason Anderson. Almost that whole 20 minutes plus 1 lap in Anaheim. But a great start for Hunter. First time he's been in the top 5 to open the season. His best start he's ever had in his career in the 450 class. And he's going to be a factor down the stretch in this series.
He is. And the one critique I would have of Hunter's race at Anaheim 1 was the opening laps. He always takes a little bit of time.
I mean, I don't even know
Kind of builds into it. It's always one of the
what I'm
guys
doing.
on the racetrack, makes a lot of moves towards halfway, towards the end of the race, but he lost a couple spots early.
Dang, they're trying to kick anyone.
Jason Anderson, and Jason's a hard guy to pass, and he was riding great, but I think
That one worked.
been able to get around the 21 a little earlier. I think he would have been able to contend for the podium, but regardless, great opener for Hunter.
Dude, I'm so dumb.
In the top 5, and I do expect him to get his first
I might be the greatest MX bikes rider of all time, bro. I swear, shit you not.
We are having a little bit of a technical difficulty right now with the live timing and scoring system, so we're not sure. We're in the dark as you guys are at home of who's fastest right now. We do know that Chase Sexton laid one down a few minutes ago. Eli Tomac is as fast as ever. Justin Cooper and this guy right here is on a fast lap right now. Cooper Webb on that number 1. It's a big day for Cooper. It's a big day for Coop. I mentioned it earlier, the past several years he's been on the podium here in San Diego, and right there, that cut down, that's what we mean. We think this track is really going to suit Coop because these 180-degree turns. Look, right there,
So
there's
good.
ruts all up the turn. Coop says, nah, I don't need those, I'll turn underneath.
The guy is just, you can be 2 seconds a lap faster than Cooper Webb in practice, and you know somehow he's still gonna
Oh, he jumped over my head. That was sick.
love this track for him. Like I said at the top of the show, a little bit tighter. He's really good in the turns, like you said.
I just did that corner bass backwards. Just
On the racetrack, and
sat going into it, stood up in it.
last week, and that is not his favorite condition by a long shot. So I'm not worried about Cooper Webb in the slightest bit.
Well, this guy, 41 and Mitchell Harrison, getting in that main event 1 week ago as a privateer. We all know coming to Anaheim 1, there's always a 1 or 2 privateers that sneaks their way into that main event. Mitchell Harrison was one of them a week ago as Eli Tomac finishes off his qualifying session. Looks to be on form once again. Round 2, his average is much better than round 1. He's is going to be a factor here tonight. And the one thing, Adam,
Is this race over yet?
we've seen in the past is Tomac's inconsistency off the starts. We did have a red flag a week ago, but both of his starts in the main were exceptional.
Well, if Eli
Ooh.
Tomac gets off the gate, if I'm Chase Sexton, Cooper Webb, Ken Roxon, any of these other guys, I'm having nightmares. I'm having nightmares. Eli Tomac getting good starts, that's a tough man to beat.
Awesome. Well, guys, don't go anywhere. We've got more 450 qualifying coming up. We're also going to be joined by a Daytona 500 winner, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. coming up next.
Somewhere, on a stretch of road in a town you never heard of, there's a Chevy truck. The person who drives it, well, that's a Chevy person.
Oh!
You probably know one. Your buddy. Your sister. The ones who always show
Taking him out.
They don't need permission to get going. They're the first to rise, the last to leave. They all have that little extra, something. And maybe you got it too.
Oh, now this guy going that way. Now I'm getting the lay of the land.
Oh, this is the last lap. Whoopsies.
There's an overflow lot somewhere.
I thought that last one was it.
He said my garage is full. There you go to the overflow. I heard him. I was right here.
Yo, yo.
I bet you guys are driving some great cars.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your whole life when you vote with us.
You might have brought the wrong car. We had the red convertible.
If the Colonel saw the price of a lunch today, he'd have some choice words. But with KFC's $5 meals filled with all this crispy chicken, he wouldn't have any words at all, because his mouth would be filled with gravy and grease. 5 KFC bowls, just $5 each.
Don't waste your day juggling multiple shipping solutions. Go to ShipStation.com and make shipping simple with the platform that handles all your needs in one place. With tools for multi-store operations, carrier rate comparisons, inventory tracking,
I mean, if I didn't suck and wreck so many times, I think I could have came back from that start.
together in one place. Get on board with ShipStation, the station where shipping gets solved. Start your free trial today at ShipStation.com.
Kids, do you know what the point of luxury travel is? Togetherness?
That was fun.
It's adorable, but no.
Yo, yo, what's up with y'all?
So you can relax in the Admiral's Club until the last possible second.
Yeah, gonna hop on and race some.
Elite. Rewards where it counts. That's the point.
Rams, Bears, Sunday on NBC.
That was bad.
Welcome back. You are watching Race Day Live, and the fastest in that first session for 450s, that is Eli Tomac. Good wherever he goes, but Eli, I know you and San Diego have history. Are you feeling particularly well suited to today's tracking conditions? Because that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm feeling good right now. Put together a couple good laps towards the end of that practice there. Tried a couple different rhythm combinations. There's tons of traction out there, a lot different than I would say last week at Anaheim. So different track surface, but we're still feeling good.
That's Eli Tomac, fastest for Group A, Session 1.
Not great for his competitors. Eli Tomac fastest once again here in San Diego. And joining AC and I up here in the booth, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. What's up, Ricky?
It's good to be back in San Diego. Last time I was here, I think Plessinger won. He just reminded me of that, so he's pumped up, ready for tonight. But it's always good. Last couple off weekends of the off season before we get kicked off.
Yeah, how has the off season been? How's the golf game? Is it all right?
The golf game has struggled. I haven't been doing a whole lot of golf, and I actually took this off season to do not much at all, hang out with the family at home. And, so November, December didn't really do a whole lot, but January's filled up, and we're ready to go, though.
AC likes to talk golf game, but how's dad life?
Dad life is great. Dad life is great. Yeah, it's probably the reason why the golf game.
Just let's
any free moment I have at home, I definitely hang out with my family and stuff.
Up on the YZ for a little bit.
I just was showing him some dirt bikes, and now he wants to see more of them. So he'll be ready to go here pretty soon.
Oh yeah, you'll be at the local track, ready to rip, right next to this guy, because he's full. I don't know if you know this or not. He is full mini dad these days. He's all in.
Well, I'm gonna have to get some tips from him at some point.
Go to the local tracks in North Carolina together. We'll be traveling together.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be.
We'll build a track on the property, so y'all can come practice.
There we go. 2023 Daytona 500 champ. We got the Daytona 500 coming up again. And for us, we always talk about going back to venues that you've won.
Who's winning tonight?
Same in NASCAR when you go
Who
back to
is winning tonight?
Those vibes just come back.
100%. I mean, it's like Daytona's obviously our A1, right? It's, you know, we have a little exhibition race, you know, February 1st at the Clash, but I mean everything is.
Who y'all got? Who y'all got for the 250 and 450 class?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, you go back to those racetracks, you go in with a lot of confidence, but you also go back a little bit more relaxed. I feel like, 'cause you just feel like, hey, we've won here, we know how to do it. The weight of winning A1 is not on you. You know, so I've spent 12 years trying to win the Daytona 500 and finally did. And so now you go back and you're a lot more relaxed.
Speaking of Anaheim, what stood out to you? What did you see? Of course, Eli Tomac
Good talk, good talk.
coming in, proving he's a championship contender right off the bat. It's crazy.
It is, and I think I was telling you, I feel like watching supercross now, it's really similar to NASCAR. If you don't qualify well and, you know, get that good starting position, it's really hard to come through the field. And I think we saw Deegan, you know, struggle with that in the 250s there. Everybody's good. The caliber of, you know, you say the back 10 is, you know, the level of competition is getting better.
Oh.
Their equipment's getting better. The riders are getting better. And so it's just harder to come through the field. It's really similar to NASCAR races. So, man, it's, you know, here again, I mean, tight track, got to get a good start.
One thing that's always stood out to me from you guys in NASCAR that's so much different to us, we know the preseason and the so-called off-season for us. Some guys are switching teams. Eli Tomac and Chase Sexton on new bikes. We're testing nonstop, and even if you're on the same team, we're testing. We're at the test track all the time. We're cycling. We're in the gym. We're jealous. But for you guys, I mean, just explain to the viewers what an off-season looks like. You're not in the car basically hardly ever, right?
Yeah, no. So I've done 2 sim sessions this off-season. I've actually had 1 test, and normally that's
Oh.
normally this week I'd actually be at the Chili Bowl racing a dirt midget, but yeah, as far as NASCAR goes, my guys are working on the cars and polishing and doing trailer work and getting things ready, but yeah, we won't really get in the car until our first exhibition race there at the Clash, and then we'll go down to Daytona.
Alright. Huh. Did a cartwheel. Oh, that's why that makes sense. What's that?
At Wayfair, we bring style to every get-together. They brought wings.
Where in the world is this ad coming from?
We brought plenty.
We brought the ranch.
Woo! Wings and ranch. Now it's a party.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Bomba clock.
What a difference a day makes.
What in tarnation?
And the difference is you.
Aw, you got mad because I passed you in that corner. Probably not actually, but what up, brother? How you doing? Ouchie, mama, my leg. Ouchie, mama. Oh, you wrecked. You were looking back at me. Is there someone in here watching? Or you can give me an L if you are, just type L in the chat. I suck at this shit, so.
But
250 or 450 Group B going out to qualified now. Hell yeah.
was probably at the top was because he was flying through there.
Well, I saw Levi, I don't know if you saw it towards the end, he was just messing around, he was jumping through the whoops, and he was able to jump up on top of the tabletop. So if they break down a lot, I expect that to be
Is freaking Chase gonna sell again?
fast. But to your point, JB, I went through the whoops yesterday. I felt great. I felt unreal my first pass through there, and I did not check up at the end like we're talking about before the table. I got my front end deep into the face of the tabletop, and man, I thought I was going to do a backflip. So like Justin was saying, it's a technical, kind of unique section we have.
Yeah, 450 Group B qualifier number 1 out there now, and that's the section we're talking about right there. If you slam into that tabletop, you're not going to be able to get all the way over that single. You're going to come up short and totally mess that section up. So a lot will be time gained. Like Ricky was saying, Eli Tomac really fast through that section, and there's a lot of time to be lost as well. But I look for someone like a Justin Cooper, to figure out a jump line and jump the last whoop in the first section up onto the tabletop, off, and then nail that second set of whoops. That's going to be fun to watch how this kind of really elevates these guys throughout the rest of the day. But 450 Group B qualifying out there now. There's the number 63, Freddie Norn out there. He rode press a little bit yesterday. Looked really, really good on the bike.
I think the track may get a little bit faster for Q2. It was a little wet. They put a lot of water on it this morning, and you could see guys, especially in the 450 class, just sliding around in little areas that hadn't packed in yet. So if they do get the dozer out there and tighten up a couple of the turns, smooth them out, I think some guys are going to be throwing down at Q2.
Yeah, I was talking to Juju doing the track walk earlier, and says that they obviously utilize dartfish a lot and go back and see the different ways people were jumping through there. And I'm sure them as riders are jumping different rhythm sections. You heard Eli talk about it in his interview there. He had hit a few different rhythms. Felt like he found the fastest one, clearly did, but like you might go back to the hauler and say, hey, I found something else that is even faster. And like you said, gets a little bit drier. I do know that it was really wet. I think I was about 3 feet taller after today. So yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of see how that plays out.
It was always really difficult for me when I was racing to go out there and focus on finding race lines. I just wanted to see my name at the top of the board so bad. I couldn't even see it. It was just
fast lap guy.
120% full sprint. So the hardest thing to do, and that's what guys like, we talk about it all the time, but guys like Cooper Webb that normally not up there in practice, that's what they're so good at, right? Is they go out there, they know how the track is going to develop, and when the track starts to break down in the main event, they've already tried all those lines.
How different is a race line in Supercross versus like a qualifying line? Like what are the nuances?
Depends on the dirt. Really depends on the soil, but it can be drastically different. Mainly in the turns though, but then the turns and you would really we can really correlate from 4 wheels to 2 wheels, but just the angles. So the angles of the track totally change. Like Cooper Webb's angles compared to Eli Tomac's angles down the rhythm lane might be totally different just based on the turn, which I'm sure you guys study all the time. So imagine that the 500 come out of the turn wide open, won't in the race with 20 to go. You have to go to a totally different line that sets you up different down the straight. Totally changes everything.
I think the biggest thing is in the qualifying heat, you're just trying to carry so much speed, so you end up a lot of the time kind of towards the top of the turn and following the turn all the way around. That was the biggest thing, the biggest adjustment for me when I was racing from practice to the main event was just how much tighter the track got as the night went on. You see it already in San Diego. We got a lot of water on the track. We saw Coop. He was already almost at the flat part of the turn. So if you go out there and do all your practice laps at the top of the turn, and then in the main event, you're shifting down to first gear because the gears change, the brake changes. It changes the whole flow of the racetrack. So definitely smart to find some race lines.
We are going to be very similar to that when we come back out here for our race in San Diego. It's a track that we've never been to, and they're building it. And so, like, it's on the naval base. Yeah, so it's going to be sick. 19th to the 21st there. Get to race on a naval base.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, they're going to build the track. We'll do some sim runs, but, like, we won't get on track until Thursday. And so for us, that'll kind of be like our Supercross track. Like, a brand new built racetrack just for that event. We'll see how that goes.
It'd be cool in dirt bike racing if we could somehow regulate how much everyone rides. Because I think they ride too much. These guys ride too much. They take too much risk. They ride 3 days a week, 2 or 3 days a week, racing on the weekends. Let's give everybody, let's call it 1 day during the season. Would we like that? I mean, you're out.
Let's race out.
You're out.
Yeah, right. Let's just
ride every day.
I'd like to ride as much as possible.
But if you think about it, like, there's a lot of rest every time there's a lot on the track.
Absolutely.
Like, the free practice taken out probably helps keep people in the sport.
Yeah. Well, and it can be difficult, to your point, JB. It can be really difficult to manage your anxiety when you're not able to
Dude,
do the track.
why did you jump fucking fully sideways like that?
I mean, those guys do what? 17 less practice sessions. That's a lot.
Exactly.
That's
exactly. Freddie Norn on screen. We did see you started to do a jump line right there. And Adam, I mentioned to you, I said, shaping up nice. This dirt is really good here in San Diego 450. Could be qualified. Freddie Dorn on top so far. 56.9, looking good out there. But that's the hard part right there. If you don't get on top of the roofs, now you barely have enough speed to get on that last one and over that table over single. And like
Sexton jumped on the last section.
Yes,
almost cleared all of it.
You can actually build that jump the whole thing. Another thing too, when they put a lot of water on the track, it's really difficult in practice to cut out of these runs. You see the line before the moves. The run is really low, but you see they're still turning almost until they go into the moves. It's so hard to go beneath all the ruts in the turn and make it a straight line after. So you see that right there, JB. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, there's no. I mean, not for you. Not for you. It's tough.
So if you run the top of that whole quarter, what gear are you in? Second.
Yeah, second. You're probably keeping your foot on the peg under the shifter and hitting third right as you get your first initial drive. And second, shift up.
Or you shift third off the finish potentially, just roll the dirt.
That would be my play. Obviously, it's a lazy shifter. I wanted to do as little as possible entering the works. I wanted all the work to be done.
You can see the track developing right there. Great shot from the camera crew. Multiple ruts. And that's what we're talking about, guys like Cooper Webb just going lower and lower and lower. But then in the main event, Ricky, sometimes there's a middle line that hasn't gotten used that much. And then the guy who can find that first, there's like half a second in just that one turn halfway through the main event.
It's like being grown up dirt racing. That's what track's always changing. The guy that can find the line first all of a sudden passes 2 or 3 guys and wins the race.
That probably helps you a lot.
Yeah. Now, I mean, you know, asphalt's asphalt, but still the line does change. There's different lines you can run, especially with our cars now. We go to these short tracks and we can do some more shifting than we're used to when we got into drop shifting.
Can I have that spot, brother? Oh, don't jump into me.
The one test that we had this offseason, I was wondering, hey, so-and-so's starting to downshift on the long run because your speed was falling off, your tires were falling off, so now you're half a second.
No way, I just did that.
You started, so your RPMs
I was breaking ground too. What, now 9 to 15? 13? Okay. Oh, I can't break that up in a minute. Oh no. What a big time mistake at a big time. What a nice guy.
And I want to talk about the lap times a little bit because last week we did 20 laps, it's 20 minutes plus a lap. The lap times are 106, 108 range. And we're going to do more laps out of which the track will be worse and worse. When you get to lap 20, 21, 22, it becomes very, very difficult.
It's always really difficult the shorter the lap time is. So I think a lot of guys at the practice track back home try to make the track a little bit shorter because these 20-minute plus 1 lap.
What is going on?
For the 250s, you get a lap time 45, 50 seconds. You go 28, 29 laps, and it completely changes the dynamic of the race. So
I am shit.
Is a lot busier, smaller floor, a lot of jumps, the technical move section, tight turns. These guys got a lot of evidence here.
This gives me a arena cross feel a little bit.
Yeah.
Compared to some of those bigger supercross tracks. So, yeah, it's, in my short arena cross career. I was telling Juju, we were talking about the start line. I was like, man, I don't know how to start on the back row. So,
I love it. Yeah. JB, you got some experience with that.
I don't. I've still got my bike. Again, waiting for Stetson. One of my favorite things growing up was going woods riding with my dad. We did that non-stop every Sunday after church. My dad raced his dirt cart Friday. That's awesome. I raced my go-kart Saturday, church Sunday morning, ride Sunday afternoon. We did that until I was 16-ish, and then once I got in a full-size dirt car, Dad's like, all right, we kind of got to cut that back. Let's focus on this. Get hurt out, dirt bike riding. So, yeah, I still got mine. Just waiting on Stetson.
Such a great family atmosphere sport we have here in SMX. Ricky, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the night. Real quick, winners for today.
I was not ready for that. I'm going to go with to step back into the track. He's going to step back like that.
Hard to bet against the three. Love to hear Eli Tomac on top again, potentially later on tonight. We're going to go from a Daytona 500 champion, and up next, we're going to have the greatest of all time here in Supercross and Motocross. Ricky Carmichael's going to join us.
Meet our mold, Alexander Hale. My eyes and ears have been hacked, and whoever did this gave me information to compromise operations all over the world.
We either save the mission or save his life.
You have to win. It can't be for nothing.
What are you going to do?
Whatever it takes. What happened to you? Top secret spy agency's trying to kill me because my eyes and ears have been hacked.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $11,500 on this Sierra 1500 model when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 20% below MSRP.
So how did these three end up in this speakeasy with a story no one will believe? It began with ringside seats from BetMGM. That meant anything was possible. Like chatting with this guy, not that guy, this guy, who knew another guy who gave them a password that led down here, through here, and along here, oh, not here, and helped them open this door. Actually, a bookcase with a hostess named Jules and an epic spa. Make it a night where anything can happen. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
Oh, now this guy's going that way. Now I'm getting the lay of the land.
Valets can be a big test for a young homeowner turning into their parents.
There's an overflow lot somewhere in the vicinity.
If the garage is full, they go to the auxiliary.
He said if the garage is full, they'd go to the overflow lot.
I heard him. I was right here. Let's just stand quietly.
I bet you guys have driven some great cars, huh?
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with
I
us.
think you might have brought the wrong car. We had the red convertible.
Race Day Live is brought to you by UFO Plast. Super Motocross welcomes UFO Plast, the official motocross plastics partner of the Monster Energy Super Motocross World Championship. Find the perfect plastics for your dirt bike at ufoplast.com.
Welcome back to Race Day Live, brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Joining AC up here at the desk. AC and I up here at the desk is the man himself, the GOAT. What's up, RC?
What's up, guys?
First time on RDL set.
I think
RC,
so.
how you feeling?
With you guys, at least.
Yeah.
I'm great. I'm pumped to be here with you guys. You guys started off strong right here?
Yeah, we feel good.
Yeah, you sound good.
Good start to the day. Good track, good qualifying sessions. How about 250 qualifying session? Kitchen, 3 for 3 so far.
I mean, just looks so good on the motorcycle, and hopefully he'll have a better main event. But it's so competitive, right? And in both classes, the 250 and 450, and we all know that the chef is a lot better than what he scored last week, and I expect him to be up front.
And Eli Tomac, more the same. I don't think I've ever seen him as confident and comfortable on the motorcycle as I saw him last week, and it surprised me.
Yeah, we talked about it on our content calls this week leading up to the race this weekend, and he looked comfortable, but the bike looked really good underneath him. When I say that, if you watch the bike later on tonight, it just like it's always in its place. It doesn't step out very often, and it just looks planted to the ground, and he talked about that in the offseason. He really liked the plant. You guys talked about it in the post-race. He talked about it after the race, and we talked about it in the broadcast. It's just like so connected, and he looks like mid-season form.
4 different brands. He's won 4 different times on all of those brands.
That's right.
You came in a couple times. Obviously, every year you came into Supercross, you were the championship favorite. But you switched brands a few times. How difficult was it for you to go from, different brands and then that limited preseason time, because we have 2 to 3 months to get ready, and then you show up at Anaheim on a totally different brand. Was it difficult for you?
It wasn't too difficult, and I think the difference now, JB, compared to when I was racing 20 years ago, is that we had more of an off-season, more times to just stay at home and actually ride the bike and do laps and laps and laps. So, like for me, as you guys know, I used to ride a lot, probably more than most of the guys do now. That's just what it took for me, and I was required to do that to feel comfortable and give me that confidence. So I really had a good feel for the motorcycle when I left Kawasaki and went to Honda, and when I left Honda and went to Suzuki. So I think my transition going from manufacturer to manufacturer was a little bit better because I had that time. I didn't have distractions, and I wasn't going to off-season races. So when I got to Anaheim, I pretty much had all the bugs worked out and was ready to rip.
Do you think it's important for the riders today to really know their motorcycle, kind of like the mechanic does? We've talked about this before, but you during your career, I think you were really, really good at knowing your motorcycle and making the changes you needed to make. Do you feel like that's something that guys still have to do to be competitive?
I appreciate that. I do at this level. I still feel like there's an element to where when it comes main event time, the guy that knows how to tune his bike and forecast what that racetrack is going to be like in the main event, I think it'll pay off in the long run. I really do believe that. What's incredible to me is these guys, how talented they are on the motorcycle, to whereas in our day, we would tailor the bike to what we wanted and how we needed it to feel. Whereas now, how it works on paper, they kind of like give the riders the bike and like, here you go, and they adapt to the bike, right? Yeah. And it's just so crazy. It's different. It's been a learning curve for me to try to understand that mindset and what it's like. But I still feel that the guy that is better at tuning his motorcycle and giving that feedback to the suspension engineers, engine guys, whoever it might be, team personnel, kind of takes the guessing work out, and you go to your mechanic, your suspension guy, you say, hey, I think a little bit here, a little bit here, we're good to go. I think that pays off.
One of the biggest things that has changed since your career was obviously you retired early at 27 years old. Then you went racing full wheels and did other things. But now it's like nearly 70% of the field in the top 20 are over 30 years old, including our winner 1 week ago. He becomes the second oldest ever win a Supercross in Eli Tomac. He's 33 years old. What's your opinion on this? The sport's just getting older and older every year.
Yeah, I'm actually, RB and I talked about on Title 24. We're kind of jealous. I think it's really cool how these guys have embraced this life of racing a little bit longer. Make no mistake about it, they've had new wallets as well, which is good for them. The position that we're in now would be nice to race a couple more years. But yeah, I think it's really cool that they enjoy it. And there's more to life, it seems like, in racing. Like, for a guy, I don't want to speak for anybody, but like RB, for example.
Yeah.
But I think seconds and thirds are more acceptable to them. Maybe I'm wrong. No, but I see that. Yeah, I mean, they got their families. Their families are traveling with them, and I love that. And it seems like Kenny and Eli, you watch them, and they're just really enjoying themselves. I had a great conversation with Kenny via text this week, and just where he's at mindset. I think Eli's in the same spot as well. And yeah, it's special. I wish that I could
back from his injury last year. If he went out there and he just Jet was better, Hunter was better, and he got third, it didn't look like the end of the world to him, right? And it's interesting to me that this old generation thing we have going on is coinciding with the long season too. Like you mentioned earlier, it's a shorter off season, so it just must be a quality of life.
Well, quality of life, and like I think it's so hard to burn that flame. With how long the season is now, more races, so and the older you get, their base is so big. So I feel like it's not as less. I feel like it's a chore to those guys. Whereas like racing, certainly.
Here we go, got it back. Bop, bop. What up, what up? Back here real quick. That's what we got on the other screen right now.
Guys like Tomac are gonna, they're gonna keep racking up those wins. So, like you said, the numbers are staggering, and he's sneaky. I mean, look at that. That's just this unbelievable. It's fun to watch. I love watching history.
Yo, yo.
Untouchable.
360.
No, I don't know. I think back in my career, I threw a lot away. 99 and 2000 with self-induced, by the way. But it was a good career. I'm stoked. And here we are, man.
You mentioned Ken Roxon. Yeah. Great start to the year. I think all of us didn't expect it. When you think of his numbers, he won 4 different times in his career. He was really close to the beginning. He rode for you for several years, won some championships together. But off to a great start, and in my opinion, this is one of his best chances to take this thing down the stretch and potentially win this championship, maybe since 2017. When he came in on Honda, it was dominant early, then got injured, but the 94 looks really good so far.
Well, he does. It's no surprise to me. We talk about it again. I go back to our content calls. I think the biggest challenge for Kenny, and we all know this, is he's got to take it down to the stretch. He did it in 2016 at RCH there. Took it down to Vegas against Dundee, a little shy, but if he's able to do that, I'll put him up against everybody. I love his composure. I love where he's at mentally. He's racing for himself. He's doing it because it makes him happy. And again, we all know if he can make it, the biggest challenge is getting to Salt Lake City for the supercross portion. So that's where, anytime I see him win, like last year he won Daytona. Is that a surprise? No, he's totally capable of that. He's one of the skillful guys on the dirt bike outside of Lawrence and Sexton that I think that rides the motorcycle. And if he can get towards the end of the series, it's game on. And that's what I'm looking for. Anything he does for the first 8 rounds, he's playing game.
I think the coolest thing with Ken, of course, we've got to see it up close and personal, is how his racing philosophy has changed, right? But we were just talking about it. Pre-2017, he was the guy that had all the pressure on him. He signed that big deal with Honda. He was the guy that was going to go in and break all the records. And he had the crash, had to come back from that. But you've seen how he has found the quality of life, the joy in what he's doing that's made what he's doing now sustainable to me.
Yeah, when I watch him, I think of what it was like working with him in 2016, then his transition to Honda, and just how much, like you've talked about, how he's grown as a racer, the people that he's worked with, the advice that he's gotten, whether it was good advice, maybe not such good advice. And he's been able, it seems like, take all that knowledge from everybody that he's learned from different teams and manufacturer, and he's put it all together.
Oh, that's why I had a feeling.
It's a culmination of all of those parts and pieces together, and it's like a perfect fix for him. And again, the age factor. I mean, you guys
really
know
need
you
to
learn so
hotkey
much.
that.
I was a different rider from '99 than I was in 2007. Just my approach, more calming. It's like a big picture guy, and I feel like that's where Kenny is. It's just he's learned so much and so many good things, and he's been able to decipher what works for him and what doesn't, and you're seeing the best version of him.
Talk about the 250 class a little bit. Speaking of age, Max Anstey wins the race and becomes the oldest to ever win the 250 class by 1 day. 1 day over John Dowd. But RC, I mean, what an impressive ride for Anstey. It wasn't like he got the whole shot and just checked out. He had to pass some really, really good, capable guys to get to the front, and then got about a 6 or 8 second lead and cruised it home.
When I watch Max, I just feel like, you know, he wants redemption from last year. I don't know this, I'm just guessing. I would think that he does, because I go back to Birmingham before he wrecked. He was the guy. I mean, like, unless something happens, and it did, he's going to win this championship. And when I watch him, because the reason I feel the way I do, he never looks like he's on the edge. He looks totally comfortable. And when you watch other guys that are, you know, competing for podiums, it looks like they're on that fine line where I feel like Max isn't there. And that's a tough combination to beat. He's very sound on the bike. And again, you talk about that age, man. That's
I'm gonna try to hide these. He did it.
Experience, and I think he's got a leg up on a lot of these young guys. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to watch the old guys and how they approach racing, and then the young guys, the Deegans, the Kitchens, and the Hymases of the world. It's fun to watch the difference for me.
Well,
it's really cool.
You said it, RC, but two years in a row he wins the Open. In the 250 divisions, man, it's chaotic at the openers. And what stands out with Max to me is, like you said, he's got the age experience, but it's the calmness and it's decisions he's making in the race. Everything, he's just up on the wheel.
It's just like the 250 class. I mean, they're like cockroaches running around all over the places, and then the 450 is synchronized swimming, right?
Yep. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one before.
Man,
I'm going to steal that.
It's wild, right? And another thing, going back, I know we're going off the plot here, but like Austin Faulkner, I feel like he's more comfortable racing guys in the 450 class because it's guys that he's raced against. And if you look at his times, and again, the scorecard doesn't reflect just how well he rode. That's what I'm talking about. So last year, he just wasn't comfortable racing those guys, and he's like,
it's unpredictable back there.
It is. But nevertheless, it's a lot of fun. I think any of those guys can win in that 250 West division. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's just that tight.
Kitchen's got some speed.
He does. He's got to win, man. Like,
yeah, dude, that's so awesome.
I mean, that's the next level for him. We all know he's got the speed. He's always a favorite to win that championship, and I'm hopeful for him that he can get up there and show these guys what he's really made of.
Awesome. RC, appreciate you. Tune in later on today, 7 o'clock Eastern time on Peacock to watch Michael and the booth. Watch the 250 heats, 450 heats. We're going to go main event racing early 9 o'clock Eastern time. 250, man, it's going to be awesome to watch. Deegan versus Levi Kitchen versus Max Anstey and the rest of the crew. And then that 450, man, you're not going to want to miss that one. So many championship contenders in that 450 class. Before we come back with some more action here in San Diego, let's go down and check in with Haley Shanley.
Thanks, guys. First and foremost, I can listen to you three chat all day long, so thanks for that. Well, three athletes from WMX presented by Synchrony, which is, of course, our Monster Energy Supercross Championship. Joining me, we'll talk to her first, Charlie Cannon. Charlie, you're on a bit of a press tour here in 2026. In this division, what are you expecting for 2026?
I'm expecting great results this year. Last year, I came into the championship quite injured. This year, I'm feeling good, and I'm ready. I have a really good training program, and I've got a lot of racing on the schedule, so I think I'll be ready and looking forward to really up the front and fighting for this championship.
We know you're plenty busy and all around the globe, so we're honored to have you here once again this weekend in San Diego for Supercross. And let's get to know a few of the other racers from the WMX division. Joining me, Giselle's for Giselle. I want to know from your perspective, originally, so not too long ago, as you're coming up through your amateur career, there was a point when racing professionally in a women's division, women's professional professional motocross, it wasn't an option. So when that came back in 2024, how did that change the vision you have for your career and your goals?
It was definitely a tough switch, but it's something I knew that I wanted to do and get past that. But working full time and only being able to ride like once or twice a week, it's always a challenge, but I give it my all, and I think we'll see the results in the 2026 season.
Just how great has it been to see the continuous growth of WMX coming back? I mean, last year, that was a banner year, the TV time and everything. How stoked are you to get back in on that action?
Oh, I'm so excited, and I'm glad that we have this opportunity, and it's really going to grow the industry and help a lot of future female riders.
Really excited about the season you have ahead of you. That's Giselle Sport. And Jamie, it's great to have you here as well. I want to know from you, like, what inspired you to come back out in 2026? I think it's fair to say you're one of the up-and-comers in this class.
Yeah, the 2025
Dude, this
season was amazing. I can't wait to be back racing in 2026. The jitters before that gate drop is just amazing. It's something I'll never forget. So it's going to be a good year.
Jamie, correct me if I'm wrong here, but you were in the top 10 in the championship standings. So how do you define what is the specific goals for yourself this upcoming year?
Yeah, just keep racing right before the first race and top 10 for sure this year.
We look forward to it. Thank you so much, Jamie. Get Howitzer, Giselle Sport, and Charlie Cannon from WMX presented by Synchrony. And don't go anywhere because when we come back, we're going to be catching up with Chad. You can see on the big screen right there. That's actually the Women's Motocross Championship schedule and more at supermotocross.com.
Chevy trucks are as compliant as Chevy people who drive them. They don't need permission to get there. They all have their own extra or something. And maybe you got it too. Chevrolet. Together, it's Doug.
Imagine if we could tell everyone here that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance to save on. Oh, what's this? A fan is revealed and he's not wearing pants. Oh, sneakers. Control sensitive.
Because his mouth would be filled with gravy and grease. 5 cases of those is $5 each.
Every strike is
motherfucker.
Extra big deal days are back for extra good first. Buy 2 times the deals for 2 weeks only. No commercials. So many extra big deals, so little time. These deals are 2 extra big deals days at CVS. January 24th. It's the season of staying home. Shop goals to refresh your space with decor. No sequel. More care for less. Plus, save 15% on some of your favorites store-wide at KohlsandKohls.com. Race Day Live is brought to you by Alpine Stars, delivering the very first sport motocross breed in 1960 to the now iconic Tech 10 boot. The Alpine Stars to push function, innovation, and protection. 6 decades of wins, championships, and above all, safer riders at all levels. Alpine Stars are the world's top racers. One goal, one vision.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, what are we, 6 years post-retirement? I'm probably as immersed, if not more immersed into the sport than ever before. We're living at a motorcycle track facility.
I think it's wet in the bottoms a little bit, and you kind of get that quick snap. Work on that in the mains.
The sport of supercross and motocross is something that has been my life.
Chad Reed will do it! His second
securing his place in the history of Supercross as one of the greatest of all time.
Like if I could go through 7 seasons and change one race, I could be easily a 5 to a 7-time Supercross champion. So it's getting better.
One of the toughest champions we've ever seen in this sport.
Last year I was the induction into the AMA Hall of Fame. I got into Australian Motorsport Hall of Fame. The wins, the podiums, all-time starts are really cool.
All right, 10 laps, let's go. Maybe it's a tenth slower, but you can do it the same every time, rather than 2 tenths 1 lap faster, but then the next one you're half second off.
And what do I do for Club MX? They pretty much handed over actually all their team, 100% being responsible for coaching and their boot camp, kind of head of performance.
Use the track and the power of the bike to extract the speed rather than so much effort on your side.
I'm quietly excited about the potential that we have. I think that we could, be a real upset.
Puts you in a bit of a, like you're almost overriding the turn.
It's totally different dynamic of waking up and doing it yourself to waking up and thinking, how can I help somebody?
It's almost like they land so far right and they pivot so hard and they really come back across the track.
I'll be at all the races up until probably end of February, March, because that's when my children need to then start transitioning and starting to go over into the Redlands qualifiers.
You're empty, sis. You're empty.
He's such a great coach, and teaching the why and the how and really understanding how it all happens. The kids put their trust in him completely. I love seeing him bring the best out of people.
She won't give him an inch, watch. She'll race him so hard.
Yeah.
I have my moments where I have to say what I have to say, but for the most part, I'm pretty calm.
He's coach and then he's dad sometimes.
Both, I can't complain. They're both really good, so.
They're good kids. I'm proud. Proud dad.
He's not just dad, he's a champ.
Yep.
Was.
Do you ever watch his races?
Yeah.
I'm still the fastest read, so it's all good.
For now.
Moto is it just teaches you something special. You never get there just on talent alone. You have to work hard. If it all works out, amazing. If it doesn't, at least they learn that you have to work hard, you have to have goals. It's a drug that you just can never get enough of, winning, trying to win like that, just waking up with a purpose every day. I do find that I've kind of found my thing where I fit in and helping my own children and now the kids here at Club MX.
Wow, what a cool piece there from the Reed family. Joining us now is the legend himself, 2-time Supercross champion, Chad Reed. Chad, thanks for joining us. What's up, boys? Who do I need to talk to about getting Chad Reed statue outside the stadium? 15 times. It's about
Knock the old stadium over. We should put it where the old stadium is.
Exactly, right there. Well, the one, they say MC Chad
fucking hell.
Absolutely. Won 6 times. Does it still feel good? I mean, a little different stadium, right? But just the city in general.
Yeah, I just was looking at some stats, and for 10 years I was second. So
You fucking bitch.
For me, it was always like we started in Anaheim, baseball stadiums, and then it was always football stadiums. I always enjoyed that part of it. I don't know why, but long lanes, big groups normally. Always fun.
Do you ever look back I didn't as much, I didn't close to as much as you, but I still look back sometimes. How did I do that? Do you ever look at those stats? How?
I can promise you there was mornings and days and qualifying sessions that it didn't go smooth, but it's that 10-year experience.
You'd be all right.
Close your eyes, have a nap for an hour, and then come back and turn the lights on. Old school in San Diego. They just, I don't know, it was always vibe. I enjoyed the city, I enjoyed the stadium.
I want to talk about that reset day with you and Ellie and the kids. And it gave me chills now to see you as a father and now kind of the knowledge that you're passing on. And I don't know if our programs come down.
No way, you cross-jumping whore!
It's really cool, and to contribute to your own children is obviously really special. But when you start working at that elite level, these guys, that's enjoyable.
Please just keep it straight, buddy.
They're starting to run supercross. Their next series will probably see 2026 out, and we'll ramp up, and there'll be a readout here next year, I think. So, I slow play him a little bit on that, give him a good base. But the elite guys, it's a work in progress. I can get on the bike and do it, but how do I take all that information and give it to somebody who's going to take it on, and everybody takes it on? So that has been something that I've tried to learn how I can give it. You see when you say something and whether they understand or they don't. And so then you start to try to direct individual information for them. I've really enjoyed that part. That part is the new chapter for me, not back in the set.
Fucking hell.
Are you more comfortable? Were you more comfortable with yourself in race situations?
Try to whip that bitch into him. Fuck him.
Your guys compete, watch your son compete, your daughter.
I think you have to separate it with your children. Because I can honestly say, as a dad, with my dad hat on, it's completely different. Like something that I've never experienced. The emotion that you have tied to your son and daughter.
That one was on me, I will take that. And then that one's on you, you dumbass.
I slept just fine the night before, and the day really come where the highs and lows and ups.
That dude is just so bad.
I miss it, but I miss certain parts of it. That's relatable. I understand that feeling. Last week went really smooth. Both guys rode really well, and we had no fire drills.
We talk about the sport getting older. That's one of them. And then we talk about Eli Tomac and these numbers, and nearly every stat that we see, you're at the top, or you're second or third at worst. From the 4 brands, winning on 4 brands, you were the one that did that. About all-time podiums, wins, like all these things, Chad. So now, fast forward now to today. Eli Tomac, 32 years old. He switched to Red Bull KTM, his 4th brand.
Oh my god.
Starting the season the way he's had. I'm sort of proud because you were the first guy to do that. You were the champion that was still there racing.
It was what I always maintained, and I was always clear that I never understood Carmichael, right there, right now, she's still being 26 years old. I didn't know 26 years old. I just love racing this guy at 26 years old. Oh, yeah. I just loved it. I couldn't step away. I needed to race. So to see these guys, it was unheard of the fact that, he's Eli Tomac. That's what so to be at that point, the fact that he has a factory contract from Foster Ian Harrison, I think is more telling than anything else. Credentials are one thing, but then actually, Chase 25, 24, something like that. A younger guy, and then you bring in a 33-year-old guy, and he answers the crushes them all last weekend. So, not surprised by last week's performance, if I'm honest. The off-season, I seen Eli was looking pretty special. I think he didn't look great at World Supercross, and I think that was the heads up that they needed, and he came out of speed last week.
You look at somebody like Eli Tomac, Ken Roxon getting second last week, and we're just talking about RC, but it seems like, when we talk about them being older, it seems like their quality of life is they seem happier than ever. Like they're not carrying that expectation. Did you feel that way at all?
I would say that like 32 to 38 was when I retired, and then like you just know who you are. I feel like you know what training works. Your body doesn't change a whole lot. I don't believe beyond that point. So I think
Yeah, you.
For me, it was always perspective. They have the perspective, they have the knowledge, they take it on in a different way, they appreciate it, and they're just different people. Like the Eli that I see this year, he's more talkative, he's more he's having fun. That's scary for everybody else.
No doubt. Chad, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it. It's awesome to see you back at the races and helping folks like the Club MX guys. Excited to see Tate out here soon. Appreciate your time. Up next, the 250 San Diego winner from 1 year ago, Julian Bowman, is going to join us next.
So how do these strangers and guys that are fast friends to a high school reunion have fun? But then someone pulled out the pen and they bonded over betting stories. And when they're dead, it turns out this reunion wasn't so bad. Make it a bet, it turns into a bond. BetMGM Sportsbook.
No way! Everything the last couple races, man, on my last laps. I just throw it away. Come on, kid, it gets up here. Ugh. Oh, and I hit the tough block. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. God bless it.
Wow, the way he was riding throughout the day, that main event, the way he executed the start, his aggression, man, he did not look back, and he looks so good on that KTM. I'm really interested to see if he can keep up that pace throughout the season, and if he can, he's going to be very, very hard to beat. And another surprise, Edgar, was Jorge Prado. Man, whatever he ate that morning of Anaheim 1, I think he needs to eat 17 times throughout the season, because he, since the very first time he was on the track, he seemed like a different rider to me this year. Maybe it's the way he's gelling on the KTM. Maybe it's more time of prep on Supercross. But I'm really interested to see how he can keep up his progression, especially with how good of a starter he is. And then, still in the 450 class, one guy that needs to bounce back is Chase Sexton. Too many mistakes in the main event at Anaheim 1. But we know how he is, Edgar. He can come out and win this weekend in San Diego.
Well, you can join us tonight. You can watch the broadcast in Spanish on SMX Video Pass and on Pickup tonight and the entire season.
Thank you, Edgar. Welcome back to San Diego here for Race Day Live. Joining us now on set, Julian Bowman, the winner from 1 year ago here in San Diego. What's up, Juju?
How's it going? Thanks for having me. I'm stoked to be here.
First and foremost, how's the recovery going? How's the body?
Are we back riding yet? Are we getting close?
We're getting there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting close. Full workouts. I mean, there's some limited things, but for the most part, working out. I got another surgery here in February to take all the hardware out, and then hopefully back on the bike early March. So
love it. We got to reminisce for a little bit though, because last year, you come into Anaheim, there was some talk. You get on the podium for the first time, then you come here to San Diego, and we're like, can Juju back it up? Not only did you back it up, you got your first career victory. So how does it feel walking into this stadium 1 year later?
Yeah, this place is special. Would have been nice to show up here today and be riding, but I'm stoked to be here, and this place got a special place for me, so I'm stoked.
Was winning harder or easier than you thought?
That night it was easier than I thought. I don't know what was with me that night. I felt good. I was pretty content when I was behind Davies, and I think it got tough the last 2 laps when I started, like, I had a 3 second gap, and I was like, oh, wow.
I'm gonna win this thing.
Yeah. I was like, wow, this is real. I might win this. So it got pretty real towards the end, but for the most part, that was actually probably one of the easier races of the season, I felt like.
Isn't it crazy that when your instincts take over, it's like on a Tuesday at the KTM track, you're like, man, I was riding so good today, but it's like you didn't even turn your brain on. It was just off of instinct.
Muscle memory.
Yeah.
And then that happens during a race, and you're like, that was so easy. But then the last 2 laps, your brain turns on, and it's like, oh, no, this rut, wait, I've hit this rut every lap. This is tough. You know, it's just like your brain does weird things.
Yeah, you get confused a little bit the last couple laps, start making mistakes that you don't think you should be making. But I think also, like, I struggled with it a little bit because you have nights where you get everything you got, and you're like 5th. You wake up the next morning, you're sore, you're struggling. That night, I won, and I felt like I should have been a 6th place guy. So.
Yeah. No, the reason I asked that, because I've had plenty of races. You go out there, get a start, you win, and you're like, it wasn't too hard. But there's some races you get a bad start, come through, you're battling guys, you get 4th, and you're like, that's the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. Let's talk about the track here today. You've watched qualifying, obviously, but the dirt seems really, really good. A little bit of a tighter track than we've seen at Anaheim 1. But talk about the dirt, and does it look similar to what you were racing on last year?
Yeah, it looks really similar. I think it's going to break down like it did last year. Whoops are going to get tricky. Corners are going to get deep, and you're going to start cutting down quite a bit. But I think a lot of it comes with the stadium. It's a smaller stadium compared to Anaheim, and it's really going to funnel down. So a start's going to be critical tonight.
So JB is convinced, I'm going to say convinced, that after the finish line, we're going to have guys going inside, flat part of the turn, jump through the whoops, on top of the tabletop and off. Can we put that to bed right now? That's not happening?
I didn't have the inside part on my playbook.
Card?
Yeah, I didn't have the inside part, but I definitely think for sure you could possibly jump them and then get on. The only difficult part is if you go 3-3, you're not. It's like a double.
Yeah, you gotta have to double in.
Yeah, so to find a rhythm through the whoops to do it's going to be tricky, but yeah, maybe the inside's possible.
I went from asking the question to now being convinced. So folks at home,
that's
I just asked him
showbiz,
earlier.
man.
I said, what do you think about this? But now I'm convinced. So
if the corner gets how it's getting in qualifying, for sure, I think it's going to be an option.
He's on my side.
Yeah,
the winner from last year.
No, totally. Look, I'm irrelevant.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the track map. Yamaha brings it to us each and every week. AC, walk us through it. You and I were able to ride it yesterday, but this first turn, man, this is going to be tricky.
It is going to be really tricky, especially you have this little rise. You go to the backside of that berm, too, so I expect
yo.
to get a good start. Don't have anybody next to you like we saw Jorge do last week. Get that 3 into the rhythm. Another really tricky rhythm here, and there's a lot of time to be made up in these tight turns. We saw Cooper Webb cut down earlier. It's going to be a really technical section, but this is a section we've been talking about all day, and we're going to continue to talk about it. These whoops, you can't just come in, click forth, and turn your brain off. You really have to be locked in, getting into that pocket before the table single. We saw some guys playing around with some different lines in the second set of whoops. Some guys just wheel tapping, jumping all the way into the turn. And all 3 of these rhythm sections, there's a few different ways you can do it, which you don't often see on a supercross track. Most of the time, everybody's got it all down after 5 minutes of first practice. So it's a cool, kind of unique track in San Diego we have here.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. Like Julian mentioned, a lot of cutting down in these turns, similar to how he got the victory here 1 year ago. But Julian, last thing for you. 1 week ago, the 250 class. Look, you raced these guys last year. You went toe-to-toe to start the season. What's your kind of assessment of the 250 group of guys after Anaheim?
Yeah, I mean, similar start to the season that Hayden had last year. Bad start in the main event. Had to fight through the pack. Anstey looked really well up front. Got out front early and just rode his laps. Ryder D looked good. I think after a good weekend last weekend, he can have another good night tonight. And he looked good this morning in qualifying. So I really like what I see from those guys, and I think Levi's going to definitely have to bounce back. Honestly, he went down in the first turn last weekend, so he had a good qualifying session as well, and I'm excited to see what they're at tonight.
Ryder D, a guy you know well. You guys did a lot of laps together last season?
Yeah, we did a lot of laps together. I watched quite a bit of laps this off-season, hanging out with the guys. So I think
he's got some speed.
Yeah, I think if he gets a good start tonight, he can definitely be a winner.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, man. Get healed up. Want to see you back out here as soon as possible. Julian Beaumaire, folks, joining us here in San Diego, the winner from 1 year ago. Don't go anywhere. We've got a lot of qualifying action coming up. Coming up next, Andy Shanley's going to join us up here on set.
If the Colonel saw the price of a lunch today, he'd have some choice words. But with KFC's $5 bowls packed with all this crispy chicken, he wouldn't have any words at all, because his mouth would be filled with gravy and greatness. 5 KFC bowls for just $5 each.
For easing irritation and restoring smooth, healthy skin, Aquaphor Healing Ointment isn't just for one thing. It's Aquaphor so many things. From the #1 dermatologist recommended brand for dry, cracked skin, there's Before, and then there's Aquaphor.
Oh, I'm dead.
Heights are afraid of me. Find your fun again. Ships, right?
All right, next we need a suggestion.
That's us. Home and auto insurance.
Okay. Any other ideas?
Bundling your home and auto insurance for round-the-clock protection with Progressive.
Okay, more ideas.
Anything goes.
Sacrifice.
Oh, good one. Okay, great.
Like how you don't have to sacrifice great coverage to save on insurance when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. I heard bathtub.
You're an hour late.
Didn't you say 8-ish?
It's 9. And I wouldn't say ish.
Alex is not my type. Not his. We're just friends. I'm small, but fierce.
Time to find it. Really weird when I'm with you.
People we meet on vacation.
He speaks to me.
Not Terry.
Hurry, we're gonna miss our water taxi.
You say that like it's my fault.
Rated PG-13.
Race Day Live is brought to you by RockyMountainATVMC.com. RockyMountainATVMC.com has the largest selection of dirt bike parts, apparel, and accessories. Visit their website today for the lowest prices, biggest inventory, and fast free delivery. RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready.
This is Mela Herrick, 16 years old, out of Colorado. This time of year for you as an amateur racer, what's the program like? Are you just ramping back up?
Yeah, we're starting to get back on the bicycle grind, and we're going to hit training up soon.
Okay. Now, look, I'll ask you about your goals here in a moment, but WMX on the pro side, a lot of growth. Are you looking at that as an up-and-coming amateur as where you want to be soon?
Yeah, I'm finally old enough to do it this year, so I'm pretty excited to start it.
Oh, you're going to do some pro races?
Oh, yeah.
Now, Mela, you've already won some championships on the amateur side at Ponca and Spring-a-Ding. On the Dunlop side, what kind of help are you getting with the elite program?
Yeah, Rob Fox, he's my Dunlop guy, obviously. He helps me
What is your favorite Dunlop tire to run?
The MX-14 for sure.
All right, you're not afraid of the soft terrain. That's good stuff. What's the goal this year? Is it focused on those pro races, or you want a couple more amateur titles?
I wanna win on the big bike, so I want to win some of these WMX rounds.
All right, here we go. Moving from the Super Mini to the big bike with Dunlop Elite and then MX-14.
Just remember what Hayden Deegan said yesterday at the press conference. I have unfinished business. It's the 250 West main here at A1. Drop the gate.
Kitchen down in the first corner. Ryder D. Francisco. And could this be his breakout year? This was a very successful amateur racer, and now he is here, making it happen. I love to see it.
And where is Hayden Deegan? He is buried back in the pack.
Makes that.
Heavy crash for Cameron McAdoo. Max Anstey, guys, has gone to the lead. 3 different teams, 3 different manufacturers in the top 3. It's Yamaha leading Husqvarna, leading Honda.
He's probably got a decade on half the field here, but that comes with an advantage, I think, and situationally, I think he's just seen this all before.
And he has left the field behind by more than 7 seconds. Max Anstey says, keep me in the championship hunt. Anstey wins A1.
So much great action from 1 week ago in Anaheim. Joining us now, Haley Shanley from the track, now up here on the set. What's the vibe down there today?
Well, the vibe's good, especially here in San Diego. It seems to be a favorite event for a number of the guys down there. But yeah, the first qualifying session was really interesting. We'll start with the 250s. I mean, Levi Kitchen looks to be in almost mid-season form. And no pun intended when I say this, but Hayden Deegan dangerously good looking out on track. That was impressive. So, man, I'm just built the anticipation for that second one coming up shortly.
There's a lot of water on the track this morning. Had a little wardrobe malfunction there with the walking the track. Get a little mud on the shoes.
A little bit. You guys know a lot about that going out there when the track was super fresh yesterday. So yeah, and that's typically what they got to do here, you know, in San Diego. That sun beating down. So yeah, I definitely had to change the tires, if you will, after that track. My track walk shoes were out this morning.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're gonna do a little different segment today with you, Haley.
Yeah, we are.
It's gonna be fun.
This one, this is a new one for you guys. It's called Real or A1. So I'm gonna pick your guys' brains, and hopefully by the end of this, you can help me decipher if what we saw was for real in Anaheim, or if it was a one and done, a one-hit wonder for A1. So let's get into it. My first one for you guys, we gotta talk about the winner, Max Anstey. When this season is all said and done for the Western Division, we see him on the screen right now, making his way around Chance Hymas. How many wins do you think Max Anstey collects before this Western Division's all said and done?
Jamie, that's a great question because look, well, first it's definitely real because we've seen it before. As far as how many wins, I mean, you just think about the last few seasons. Max has been the championship points leader the last couple of years. He had the red plate 2 years ago, had a bike malfunction, lost it, then last year crashes out in Birmingham, breaks his leg, loses the red plate. Now he has the red plate again. He won round 1. I don't know, I'm 4. I like that. Put him 4.
Yeah, I think what we saw from Max, the way he can ride a bike, and what I love about him on the West Division specifically, he's so good in the whoops. And on the West, the whoops tend not to break down as much. Guys skim them more often than not. I think the only thing that wasn't real about Anaheim 1 was that his 2 biggest title rivals, Levi Kitchen, Hayden Deegan, bad starts, mistakes. So I expect those guys to clean it up and give him a little more competition. But as far as Max winning, he's more than capable on any given Saturday.
Yeah, I'd agree with both of you guys. So you bring up the competition, so we have to talk about some of the competitors. So let's go to Chance Hymas. He was on the podium there, and I ask this not to question his ability, but quantitatively,